Okay, today is Wednesday, June 19th, and I guess you can tell I'm going back to Northern Station to continue to do what's correct in a society which it doesn't matter. A few things for your edification. Here is the prior police report for, the 8:15 incident, which they, of course, when it says under type of incident, it says suspicious occurrence, which is not what I reported. Now, what I want to show you is a narrative to show you how these things are, how the intelligence is fixed, how it's minimalized, how what I said was not, responded to on the incident report in the narrative. Any of these things so that when it gets to the DA's office, it fails. The same thing with the principle of calling me in for an interview. I was never called in for an interview to be able to go forward. Now, if you look on YouTube, you will see that there's a bunch of videos showing where I specifically went into Park Station and gave my report. It would be the videos entitled SFPD 82712 Park Station 1, Part 1 through 3, and you will see exactly how, much information I gave them, the type of information and everything, and then you can juxtapose that to this narrative to see if everything I said, was put down, whether the narrative is correct and true and accurate, whether the things were omitted, whether things were whitewashed over, whether things were downplayed. The decision can be yours. Okay, here is the narrative, and what I will do is I will read it to you. It is file number 120682398, and report type initial. Of course, like I said, they never had me come in and follow up with an interview. They never sent me the police report. As a matter of fact, I had to go pick it up on May 15th, myself, because I was never given a copy of it. All right, it has two short paragraphs. Let me start with the first one. On 8/27 at approximately 9:23 hours while working as station duty at Park Station, I was approached by, I guess R stands for respondent, Garza. Garza stated on 8/15/2012, between the hours of 8 a.m. in the morning and 12 noon, he went to the Department of Health located at 101 Grove to inquire about his health benefits. Garza stated that he was approached by some employees stating that he could not be on the premises due to the fact of a stay-away order against him. Please look at the videos. You will see that, much more was said than that. The rigmarole that, finally produced that. And naturally the fact that, of course, I asked the officers, what if it was bogus? And of course nothing came from that. Garza said that the police arrived at the scene and confirmed that there was a stay-away order against him. Actually, the police were already at the scene if you look at the video on 8/15, because I had called for civil standby. That's nowhere reported in this incident report. Garza said he did not know anything about it and was advised to go to 400 McAllister to inquire about it. Garza stated he responded to 400 McAllister and was told by the sheriff's deputy that there was not a stay-away order against him. That's not true. I was not told by a sheriff's deputy. I was told by the clerk. 400 McAllister is the courts of San Francisco. I asked Garza if he had a copy of the stay-away order that the health department claimed was against him. Garza stated he did not have a copy, but he had a video image of it, which of course is on the 8/15 video. And also, please remember that I sunshined the Department of Public Health, and they said there was no restraining order, only of course the criminally fraudulent document that they produced to have the officers rely on to deny me my civil rights, my access and accommodation, my human rights, my medical rights, etc., etc. Garza said he would provide a copy of the video if needed. Next paragraph. Garza then told me he wanted to file a report because it was criminal fraud. I asked Garza how he was defrauded, and he stated my ADA rights were violated. Actually, I stated a lot more than that if you go back and you look at the videos. It's extremely distressing that, officers, who are trained to take police reports obviously minimalize what was said and didn't do this properly. It is extremely unfortunate. It's also extremely unfortunate I was never sent this police report in order to come back in and correct. It was also unfortunate I was never called in for an interview. But when the process is rigged, what can you expect? I informed Garza that this was a civil matter. Garza disagreed with me and said it was a criminal incident and insisted that the report be filed. It should be noted that Garza appeared very nervous and agitated. Garza at first could not remember the date of the incident and was not sure of the time. That is such a bogus lie. If you look at the the video, it will clearly state that I remembered the date of the incident. I just wasn't quite sure of the time because it had been a while since it had happened, and you know, I was in to report it. I gave Garza a case number and told him to follow up. Well, apparently the follow-up was never done with me, so that it could fall through the cracks, the rig cracks of rig procedure set to defeat. So, the reason I'm coming to Park Station, you know, is to hopefully talk about, you know, this rig methodology and how it doesn't work, and also to speak to them in regard to the San Francisco Police Department police report thing that I went in yesterday and filed at Park Station for the 5-1 sheriff's deputy assault that, of course, nobody would take here. So I'd like an explanation of that. You know, I'd like to find out why I was given incorrect information. I'd like to find out, you know, and explain to them that I'd also asked Ms. Kruger, which had never gotten back to me, which is, of course, the newest diversion from the chief of police. Oh, yes, what a tangled web we weave when we intend to deceive. Anyway, it truly isn't my problem. And here I am. Hi, Ms. Marenko. Can you hold on for a second? I want to shut this off and start again.